In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, to whom we all have to turn back. Honorable listeners and respectable audience, you know that we have started a series of linguistics. In linguistics, we have commenced the chapter that is known as neurolinguistics. Neurolinguistics is the study of the relationship between brain and language. Listeners and audience, today I'm going to teach you ADHD. What is mean by ADHD? What are the symptoms of ADHD and also the causes of ADHD? And how does this disorder affects the comprehension, understanding, as well as another life activities of a child and even the adult. Listeners and audience, ADHD refers to attention. I have written attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This disorder affects both the children and the adults. This type of disease actually affects uh, different kind of brain parts of the human. Particularly when we are talking about this disease, some symptoms they are appear and that can be visible at the time of such disease and such a disorder. For example, the first one is inattention child. Inattention here means if you're talking about the disorder of this disease in children, when a child is affected by this disease, he will be focusing at the beginning to one task, but by other surrounding, for example, noise, children, and even the horn of the vehicles, or by other distraction, he will be directly distracted from his first task and he will delay that task. This is related to the child, for example. Secondly, if an adult person is given a task who is suffering with this disorder, definitely at the beginning or the initial stage, he will pay attention. But later on, again, if someone is, for example, making conversation with him or asking any other question, then he will forget about the first task. He will be totally distracted and he may not complete that task sorry completely. Secondly, that is hyperactivity. Hyperactivity means that the child will be overly engaged in the activity where the normal children are not engaged. For example, in the class, instead of looking the lecture, looking at the board, he will be playing with his chair, pushing his chair back and forth, sometimes pushing his friends, talking to them too much, even running and jumping in the class. Yes, if the teacher says something, get angry at him for 2 to 3 moments or seconds or even minutes, he will remain silent. But again, he will engage in his task, even playing with his fingers and with his nose, with his face, with his whole body even, and then running and jumping and pushing his chair. So he will be engaged in hyperactivity and he will feel that he does not feel tired by such kind of activities. And the third one, that is impulsivity. Impulsivity means that the child, when he is affected by such kind of disorder, then he will be thinking differently. He will be thinking differently mean that he will not focus to the serious problems by the actions or by the consequences of his actions he is going to do so. For example, He may take quick decision, either he is a child or adult. For example, whatever decision he is taking, he will not focusing upon the consequences of that decision, the consequence of that work. And one example would be an adult. For example, if someone, for example, request him that please you go to the market and bring some things. So instead of just like spending the money in moderation, he will spend the money unnecessarily. So this is because of what? This is because of impulsivity. Impulsivity. He will do some works which cannot be done by other normally. So he will be like in abnormal in his actions, even in his words. He will use such words and communication which is even not like by other. For example, he will try to interrupt other. Uh, so communication is going on in the class, our teacher is discussing, or teacher is going to ask one question, but waiting to the question, maybe he answered the question directly. He will interrupt, and there will be overlapping in his or her communication. There are so many causes. One cause is of this is hereditary. Hereditary means if the parents they have such disorder, definitely this disease will transform to their offspring. Second cause is if the parents, for example, they are smoking or drinking wine, etc. Definitely, this and if they have this disease, definitely it will also have transmitting to them. And particularly, even if they do not have, but the effect of alcohol and smoking, it has dangerous impact even upon their children. The third one, there is lead lead based pant. Now it is not available, or maybe in some countries available, but previously before 1970 the people they would paint their houses as a form of decoration, so the dust of them also has impact upon the brain of the children, and they may also face and cause and suffer with such kind of disease. So hope that this topic is clear to you.